to the podcast. My name is Googla and I am here with a special guest. His name is Jose, who has taken English 1302 and is going to share his experience with all of you people. Hi Jose, how are you?
Thank you, Mary. Thank you for having me here in this podcast, and I'm doing pretty good. I'm ready to share my experience towards other students who's gonna take English 1302 next semester. I'm just gonna share what it was like, to take this class, and I'm ready. I'm ready to share my experience.
Alrighty, let's begin this podcast. First question is what assignments you completed this semester that you gained a type of knowledge towards writing.
Well, there was like a lot of assignments like throughout the year, but the assignments that got to me that I learned more towards writing was the assignments of peer profile where you got paired up with one of your classmates, and then basically which we did we asked questions of like um, towards them, like to get them know to get to know to get them know them more better, and with our answers of the questions that they answered, we created a creative project, like a PowerPoint. You could have created like a little essay explaining what they said, and this helped me see how my classmates did the writing in different ways, and helped me be creative towards this project. Another assignment that I did was a group contract where we did a contract, but in a group. So we had to agree on what terms we have to do it on, and everyone has to agree with what we said. And it helped me out because I we respected each other's ideas, and we did like a collab writing, because we got a lot of ideas and we created one text. And then another assignment will be a research paper that had an extent of more than like maybe a month or two, creating this research paper, that we had to do a lot of things, a lot of steps to create this paper, and expanded my research by getting my secondary research, meaning I get my information towards other people, like sources and stuff, so they could back my primary research, which is I do my own research towards my question. And then we also did feedback towards our papers. So I learned to accept criticism, and it really helped me a lot to help develop my research paper really good. Another assignment will be this assignment is called Summary 1. It was the first summary that we did in the class, and helped me learn the proper way how to write a summary, because you have to get the main idea of what I read, and then you have to add citations towards it. Another one will be Journal 1. This helped me by like reflecting about co-authorship, and that everyone's ideas to put together to create one, and everyone will get credit, but not just for like one person. Everyone will basically get a piece of it. And another assignments will be digital presentation, where um, what we learned from our research paper, basically, and just put it like the main ideas, not too long, not too short, and just what you learn and what you experience towards the research paper. Another one that helped me a lot will be the student instructor conference, where it's basically the student and the professor talking to see what you needed help on, and what assignments you needed to do, and what if you needed help like on work, or something, the professor would explain to you the steps of how to write or the steps on how to do it the right way. Another one will be the reading of What is Sustainability by Christian Weiser. This reading has taught me like a new word of sustainability and how could I help the planet while the resources are depleting. And then other assignments will include also a CRAP worksheet. This helped me by getting my sources for my research paper to be credible and not being like false or biased towards my research. So it helped me out to get good sources that will back me up on my research paper. Another assignment will be annotated bibliography. This helped me out by summarizing my sources of what I got by doing the CRAP worksheet, and then just summarize like the main ideas of the topics of what my research question was. So this basically was my finding my secondary research, and it helped me organize my sources that I would use in my research paper. So I used my sources to see which one were not academic. So I used those my first ones as my intro, and then the ones that were academic, I used it the below those ones.
That sounds like it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, but in the end, like it was just time. You gotta have time towards English and having a lot of patience towards writing. You gotta just relax, just put your ideas on the paper, basically. So it was a lot of work, but it was manageable. It wasn't like math where you take hours figuring out a problem. English is just getting your ideas on paper, and it was pretty good.
Okay, next question. What was your one biggest achievement towards this semester?
My biggest achievement was finishing strong, meaning that I did all my work and not slacked because we transitioned into online after spring break because of the COVID-19. And also, my biggest achievement learning more about doing a research paper, because I remember last semester I took English 1301, and also we did a research paper, and had struggled creating my paper because I was still a freshman. I was still fresh out of high school. But this time, English 1302, I knew what was expected. I knew what I had to do because I already had the experience of 1301, and it helped me out a lot in 1302. So those are my biggest achievements this semester.
Yeah, I agree with you. Online classes are really hard because it's up to you to do all the work and meet the deadlines.
Yeah, I had experience in taking online classes before, and I would always slack because I mean the teacher's not there to tell you what to do and what's the homework. You have to manually see what's due, and you have to do it by the deadline. And I mean, this online classes transitioning into online classes were actually pretty good. I liked it because we still meet up, and we still interacted with each other and still did the work.
Next question is, what personal challenges did you face this semester and how did you try to solve them?
My personal challenges will be just going to work every day and not having time um, to do the work. But then I tried solving it by doing the work early and asking my professor if I didn't understand anything of the work, so she could help me out and finish my work early. I had to push myself to finish my classes this semester because I would sometimes get lazy every time I would do online class. But this time I had to do other work in order to pass my class of 1302 this semester, and just to finish already English and not take it anymore throughout the years. And I try solving it by also talking to my managers because I work at AutoZone Wadburger, and I try to talk to them to work with my schedule, and they did. So they did. So I had more time to work on my work, like my homeworks and all the projects that I had to do, and I would finish them, and I would definitely um, do good because I would be fresh. I would have so many ideas, and I would finish it early and doing it right.
Last question is, share your experience in this class before and after spring break.
My experience before spring break was actually pretty good because I would see my classmates, I would interact with them, I would learn more about them, they would learn more about me, and I like working with them. They were giving me a lot of ideas, and I would give them their ideas, and then we'll agree with each other to which ideas they would put in the paper. After spring break, it was pretty shocking when I heard that we were transitioning to online classes, because my experience with online classes are not very good. I'd always slack, but these online classes were pretty good because we would still meet up at the same time, but online, and we would still interact with each other, talk to each other about how we felt about this uh, new experience that we're experiencing, about and talk about the virus, talk about each other, how we were doing, and it still felt the same as before spring break, where we still seeing each other and still talk, but the only difference is that we would talk to each other through the mic, and it was still a pretty neat experience. I like the after spring break effect. And another thing that I didn't really have to drive a lot, and meeting online helped me to not be lazy and to do all my assignments still, because we were still meeting online, and it motivated me to at least finish my assignments.
After all this, you still managed to do all the work and still pass this class with an A. Not bad, Jose. Well, this concludes this podcast. Thank you for coming, Jose, and I hope you do well in all your classes.
Thank you, Google, for letting me be your special guest on this podcast, and thank you. Hopefully, and I will